Loving vibrations, light information, peace vibrations, healing the nation, unity vibrations, it's a love celebration, yeah, we're limitless vibrations.
Greetings, fellow Earthlings. This is Limitless Vibrations presenting you with another edition. And on today's episode, we are going to talk about how to prevent tooth decay on a fruitarian diet. How to prevent tooth decay on a fruit-based diet or a fruitarian diet. High fruit diet, raw vegan diet, whatever it is. Well, first of all, let us just examine the current tooth collective state that we're in, because mostly everybody has problems with their teeth. It's not just raw vegans, it's not just fruitarians. Everybody has problems with their teeth. Everybody's has some cavities or tooth enamel deteriorating, gum issues, gingivitis, all these things and more. What we eat is very important in regards to preventing tooth decay, and it's very, very crucial that we identify which foods exactly are causing this deterioration to our enamel, to our gums, to our total oral health care. Now, as fruitarians, it's very important that we identify the foods that do this. And for me personally, I've experienced some tooth problems in the past year from excessively consuming dried fruits. Dried fruits are very sticky, are very concentrated sugars, very high in sugar. It's just like candy. Now people say dates are superfood, raisins or any kind of dried fruits, but dried fruits would we really be consuming them in their natural state, in nature? We don't find an abundance of dried fruits. Usually they ferment and then they deteriorate, then they erode, and then they go bad. They don't really dry. It's very rare occurrence to find that in nature. But now what we've done, we've dried them in dehydrators to such a large extent, and now we're consuming a lot of dried fruits, and especially raw vegans who consume a lot of dried fruits in conjunction with nuts. Now, if you combine nuts and dried fruit together, you got the phytic acid, and then you got the stickiness of the dried fruit, and those combined together are super effective at sticking to your teeth. Super effective at sticking to your teeth, and it can get trapped there. And when you don't clean that properly, which is hard to clean, that bacteria will form. That bacteria will poo. Who's cleaning up the poo? You are. You have to. Well, a lot of people don't take care of their teeth. Even fruitarians, even I thought that I didn't need to take care of my teeth. Oh, because I'm living the perfect fruit diet, I don't need to take care of it. Well, let me tell you this, Johnny, that you do still need to take care of your teeth. It's very important. Because for a year and a half, I wasn't brushing my teeth at all. Pretty much very little, not brushing my teeth, not flossing, not doing oil pulling, none of that. For like a year, actually, straight. I was consuming a lot of dried fruits, a lot of acid fruits, a lot of unripe fruits, and a lot of nuts. And I thought it would be okay. But then I think about like a year in, I started noticing my enamel was eroding very thinly, very minuscule. But I've noticed it was thinning, and I saw some transparency with my teeth as well. And then once I started brushing again, I started just using my toothbrush again as a tool with some natural toothpaste that I invented this magical toothpaste and an oil puller. And if you haven't checked out the video, please do check out the video for the recipe for this so you can know what it is. I started using that, my enamel stopped eroding and my teeth started whitening again, started looking stronger, healthier, and I wouldn't get any more tooth sensitivity like I was to those types of things. But I cut out all that stuff now. I cut out all, pretty much, the dried fruits. No more dried fruits for me anymore, and very little nuts now. And I make it as a priority to brush my teeth with this and not consume those things anymore, because I know that they deteriorate the teeth, and especially the dried fruits, for causing cavities, because they do cause cavities at a higher rate, same as candies would, you know. So you want to avoid those types of foods. You want to avoid unripe fruit. You want to avoid dried fruit. You want to avoid nuts. You want to, what else? You want to use a toothpaste that is not so abrasive, like baking soda. You want to use something that's very gentle. So this is coconut oil, it's neem oil, it's clove oil, it's all that good jazz. Very, very gentle. And use it very gentle on your teeth while you're brushing your teeth. And there are other factors as well, like after you eat, you are, especially fruits, if you're eating high water content juicy fruits, you are removing a thin microscopic layer of enamel. And what is that doing? It's already kind of naturally brushing your teeth for you. And that's why I highly stress the importance of eating high water content juicy fruits as your staple, and not using dried fruits and bananas and nuts as your staple on a fruit diet or raw vegan diet, because those are natural teeth cleaners in themselves, but you still need to brush your teeth. And if you are taking in lime, for example, or lemon, you know, a lot, you're using in your lime water, you're using your lemon water, and you're drinking that all day. What is the pH of a lemon or a lime? It's around 3 or 2, very low pH. Now we know that it is has an alkalizing effect when it reaches into the bloodstream, but in your teeth, in your oral health, it'll erode that enamel away. So you don't want to be drinking that all day. If you're drinking a lemon or a lime, make sure you do a shot of it. Drink it, brush your teeth after, you know? And then do your oil pulling once a day at least for 10 minutes with the same recipe that I've shared with you guys. And all these vinegars and kombuchas, and especially dairy, you want to avoid if you want to regenerate your teeth. If you want to keep your tooth enamel intact, you don't want to erode that any longer. These are highly acidifying foods, beverages, which you don't want if you want to maintain proper health, oral health. Now, people recommend greens to remineralize and regenerate teeth that have already kind of lost their enamel. But personally, I don't attract myself to greens. Greens don't attract me. I'm not attracted to greens in their natural raw state. You know, they're very hard to digest. And if you're gonna eat greens, drink them, juice them, or cook them. It's for easier absorption, utilization, and elimination. That's the best thing you can do, to juice it. And green juices, I don't really do green juices, but I've heard some good results. And you can use wheatgrass as well as an oil puller as well, to rinse your mouth with at least 10 minutes a day in conjunction with the raw fruit diet. So what have we learned? We learned that dried nuts, dried fruits, nuts, seeds, kombucha, vinegar, dairy, unripe fruits, I forgot that, and acidic fruits aren't good for your teeth, at all, aren't really good for your health, except for acid fruits, which are highly alkaline once it reaches the bloodstream. So just avoid those as much as you can, and use those tips that I recommended beforehand, and you will notice the improvements in your teeth and if not, you will stop the progression of the deterioration of your enamel once you start doing these things. And I promise your dental or oral health will be kept intact, and your teeth will look brighter, whiter, and stronger than ever. Peace, love, light.